Hey y'all, my name is Taylor Searles.
And I'm Caroline Williams. We chose to explain to y'all our theory of recruiting and the persuasive process it takes on.
So basically, our foundational theory is social judgment theory. This theory has helped us support how our theory of recruiting works. Basically, our theory can be thought of as a range of attitudes rather than one single point, like social judgment theory, because of the several steps involved when recruiting a player. There is not just one persuasive piece to tackle when trying to convince a prospective athlete to attend your university.
Our model that we are showing you today is a hypothetical itinerary that each prospective athlete receives on campus.
Different components of this itinerary attempt to persuade the receivers, in this case prospective athletes, to attend our university. Most players have an attitude anchor coming into the recruiting process, which you can see in the photo.
We assume that most players come in with a latitude of non-commitment. They're unbiased towards the university. They have a blank slate. But however, we hope by executing the recruiting theory that their attitude anchor will fall in the latitude of acceptance and assimilate with the university.
Here you can see our actual model, the hypothetical prospective itinerary. It shows certain times that the players will be doing certain things and which day. It lays out each activity that we use to persuade them in our recruiting theory. Looking at the itinerary, the first thing that prospective athletes do is watch the actual football game. Having the athlete watch what role they would be playing in real life is crucial to help them assimilate into the idea of attending Auburn. Seeing what could be them playing out on the field in front of thousands of fans is a huge tool to convince players to sign to your university.
Assimilation occurs when a person perceives a message as being similar to his attitudinal anchor or what he is truly looking for. When they can more visually see themselves in someone's shoes here, they might get a deeper attitudinal anchor, finding the position here most acceptable.
The Yale approach shows 5 steps in persuading someone. When looking at this approach, the first step is attention. Attention refers to getting the audience to focus on the message according to our textbook. They do this weekly by sending out gifts, handwritten letters, media images, tweets, etc. So the university is solely on this prospective athlete's radar. They use their power of persuasion by sending notes about their season is going and making sure the player feels important and remembered by the university. It is important to continually send messages out about them and your university, as most players will be participating in what is called selective attention and perception. Our book basically calls this self-defense, that we only pay attention to some of the messages that are being bombarded you, trying to persuade you. The more the message is relevant to you, the better chance that they will process your message more cognitively.
The next step is comprehension, and it allows for the players to really cognitively process their thoughts and feelings about attending this university. Their entire family has the chance to meet with the coaches and other staff to discuss what his time would be like here and assure him that he is making the right choice. Our theory is a social judgment theory and therefore also a cognitive theory. That basically just means that this theory is looking at how receivers process persuasive messages. Usually the receiver is looking for a type of consistency. Throughout these meetings with coaches, they want to hear their prospect is doing the best for his future career and overall talents. They want to hear this from not only the coaches, but support staff and academic staff that will be working alongside the prospect. In the persuasive process, you finally have been successful when your receiver has accepted the proposition. Your goal is changing their attitudes, values, and beliefs to attend and love your university, and they have officially been met when the letter of intent is signed and they are committed to the university. However, to get this step, you must have been credible on your recruiting process with the athlete, and that carries over into trusting and believing in you. High credibility in your initial recruiting allows you to gain the best players and them stay committed to you as well.
So overall, in our theory, the prospect can cognitively process all the images about the university. Then, by us using our repeated persuasion tactics that you saw in the itinerary, we can help the recruiting prospect process these images and choose the best option for themselves and us, our university.
War Eagle!